Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in.
Doncic, 47.
I'll give him a dunk. On a night with 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap. Moss the block. Burrow going deep. He's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase.
LeBron leaked out. They didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in. Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer. 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit road. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good. Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore.
Is it Francis? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. As always, we will recap yesterday first. We're killing it, dog. We're killing it. I mean, honestly, I really should have been 11-1 last night. I should have been 12-1 because we cashed the football play. If the Lakers weren't getting smoked by the Bookerless Lakers, we go 11-1. We went 8-3 in the NBA. I'm not going to sit up here and cry about 8-3, but I needed one Ayton bucket and one Reeves assist, who barely played in the fourth, or one Reeves rebound, and we go 11-1. Belt to ass. I mean, thank you, God. I'm trying to be as humble as possible here, but I think I'm having my best NBA season to date. And when I tell you these recaps, I'm not a capper hiding behind I hit one crazy ass lotto and I'm up 35. No, I come up here, I put belt to ass to the straight bets every day, and that's it. That's it. I mean, it's crazy. No hiding from a record. I recap this shit every single day when I get up here. I mean, crazy. All right, let's talk about yesterday. 8-3. Kevin Porter Jr. first half cash. Tobias Harris miss. And that he basically made us miss in the first half. Bad read there. I'll own it. John Collins, anytime I see that number, we smack it. Printed for us all season. Luka 50-plus PRAs must have been a joke. Drake May passing yards, that also should have been a joke. Norman Powell cashed in the third quarter. Miles Bridges was sweat-free. LaMelo Ball was sweat-free. We deserved Ayton. Not going to lie, Booker was a sweat in the first quarter, and then he injured his groin, so we got a little lucky there. Austin Reeves, we missed the rebounds, but we deserved the win. It was the blowout that cost us. And then Austin Reeves, under his 4.5 assists, he finished with 3. Belt to ass. Okay, so what does that bring us to on the season? 114 wins, 72 losses, right at 35 units won. Man, feels good. Let's get into today's slate. First of all, I got to give my shout-outs, my likes, and my retweets to the ones already tapping in. Ross, I appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the retweets. Also appreciate all your recommendations on stream. Mom Who Bets, appreciate all the recent engagement. Appreciate all the likes and the retweets from you. I see y'all that be doing it on the regular. Night Fox, I appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like from you. And Jeff Reed, appreciate you tapping in as well. Tony, appreciate the likes, appreciate the retweets. Appreciate you tapping in. I do already have a few plays out. I'll go ahead and drop those, put those in the banner first. and we'll go through them as we get through the day. Trash Boy Zay, appreciate you tapping in, dog. We are back. Coming off a massive day yesterday. Chalk, appreciate you tapping in, dog. Appreciate the likes. Hopefully we can make some money today. For the plays that I have already released, Jaylen Brown, which most of y'all should have saw. If you haven't already, you can check my pinned tweet. Over 26.5 points, minus 125. I project him at 30, so if you have to play the 27.5, that's still fine. I'm on Brunson under 6.5 assists, and then Karl Anthony Towns under 35.5 PRs. Both lines that have been pretty good to us this season. Allow me to update these in the banner. If I was really good at the social media shit, I would have had this already in here. But I'm really good at betting, so that's what keeps y'all here. Save. Run that bitch. Yo, John, appreciate you tapping in, rolling with Rico. Man, you change your name every fucking day. How am I supposed to know it's you? Thankfully, you keep the profile picture. All right, yeah, those are the three I have out now. What's the first game? Oh, this first game, ugly. Ugly. I got thoughts, but it's ugly. Ayton did go through. No, Ayton plays for the Lakers. Drummond did go through shoot around this morning. Let's also give this a refresh. Okay, that line has moved a little bit since he went through shoot around. So you can see these last couple of games, like he struggled with his minutes. There was an injury here, or maybe here, knee-to-knee injury, and he's been like a little hit or miss ever since. I think this is a really, really good spot for his double-double, or is just over 10.5 boards. Minutes would be the only concern here, but I do lean over Drummond, double-double, Drummond rebounds, Drummond points. His points is only 8.5, and I like the double-double. But we were getting 2-1 this morning. Let's see if that's moved at all. Okay, 5 cents. Oh, my Lord. Looks like more books have opened since I last looked at this. And, yeah, the lines are even a lot better now. There's some plus 300s out there. I do like that. And I do have a couple sneaky double-double looks, like leans. So at the end of the day, we might just pair them for a quarter unit. What sticks out in my head right now is Drummond, Klingon, and Josh Hart. I looked at all of their double-doubles today, so could possibly see that for like a quarter unit lay. Okay, so Maxi's number has definitely climbed a little bit as well. Now at 32.5. Let's let me go to here and type in Maxi points. I do lean under Maxi's points here. Oh, yeah, Grimes has been, like, downgraded to doubtful, I believe now. That's right. You sent a builder in the cord. Let me check it out. You did cash that first quarter joint yesterday. Derek Queen, under a 3. I like that. Fears, 3 attempted. I like that. And Fears 1 made. Yeah, I do like that. That game could get ugly, but Jeremiah Fears seems to get like decent minutes regardless. So I definitely like that. And then it getting ugly is probably good for Derek Queen as well. I still lean under Maxi, especially with blowout road all over. Miss Herway, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets. Huge day yesterday. Let's build off of it. 8-3 in the NBA, 9-1 overall. Let's build off of it. I just can't run it versus the Wizards. He could drop 35 in like 3 quarters, no problem. He had 39 versus them earlier this season. That was a 47-minute. I mean, that game had to go to OT, right, for him to run 47 minutes. I don't think we're seeing that kind of minutes out of him tonight. He's under in 3 of the 4 wins of 10+. And I still think even without Grimes, they're going to steamroll the Wizards. I would lean under Maxey, but if this game stays if it stays competitive, I wouldn't like it. But if it is a Philly, at least they pull away, even if he doesn't have to run the last 6 of the 4th, I probably like it. CJ McCollum, just banned. Yeah, he had 14 in the first game, banned. I can't run his over. I can't run his under. I'm never on the right side of CJ. Grimes now questionable. I don't know if it's Keyshawn or Kaishawn. I feel like I'm butchering it either way. Now always mix him and Keontae up. CJ under 3s made, bad on the road, plus Wizards are on a back-to-back. Let me see what I make it. It makes sense, but my model slightly leans over. I would not bet the over, I'll tell you that, but that'll keep me off the under. Nothing on CJ, man. Those of y'all that have been tapped in, bro, I don't attack these nasty-ass games too often. There's got to be something really sticking out to me if I'm going to, and I don't have that read today. And I'm probably going to do that for the Minnesota game too, and maybe the OKC game. So, there might only be 3 good games, but that's all right. We'll find some plays. We're also not going to force. And that Knicks game is really good. I've got 3 plays in it by itself. All right, let's move on to Portland versus Toronto. Jakob Poeltl's been struggling in the last couple. I do believe Portland struggles in the interior, though. 25th in points allowed in general. No, they're dead center. Not good, not bad, dead center. Keep in mind, no RJ Barrett here. Klingon is still questionable, although if he goes, I lean Klingon's double-double. Let's just go there. It's not the sexiest play in the world. Toronto is really bad in the restricted area, though. Maybe the overboards is better by itself, 9.5. 130s out there. Do lean over Klingon double-double or Klingon rebounds over. The one thing I wouldn't run is his straights over, his points over straight. I think if I were to run his points over, I'd just want to run the double-double because the value is pretty decent there. Got a 190. The score is now ESPN bet for anyone that was using ESPN regularly. ESPN did move over to the score. If you've been betting a while like me, you'll actually remember ESPN, when they were Barstool, bought the score. They kept the score in Canada, but brought Barstool to the U.S. Then that went to ESPN. Now it's ultimately back to Barstool. Another interesting piece of that information, though, is the score has traditionally done everything in-house, while ESPN uses the same player prop provider as Hard Rock and MGM. So there's going to be maybe some new things to notice here in the score taking back over. Haley Marie, appreciate you tapping in. M. Knight, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. And Mailman, appreciate y'all as well. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Everything I've played so far is rolling down there at the bottom. We have a Scotty Barnes request. Scotty Barnes, PR without RJ. Injury report without RJ. Looks good in the 4 matchups this season. The Knicks are a difficult matchup. Should pull Jeremy Grant today. So Jeremy Grant is a decent player, but nothing to worry about. Let's go to the model, Scotty Barnes. Points over, rebounds over, PRs over. But let's break that down a little bit more. I'm just going to go right here. So the model likes the over on Scotty's points and rebounds. I really like the boards. Rebounds allowed, 17th. Should be a competitive game. Toronto 5.5-point favorites. Both teams coming off of a day's rest. Klingen's a good rebounder, but then it falls off for Portland after that. I mean, they got a couple guys that can sprinkle in like a 6 or an 8. Sorry, I was on mute, so I don't know if you covered it, but Brandon Megan points. You're going to water down for a little bit. Haven't got there yet, so we'll definitely look at BI. Let's go back to Scotty here. I doubt they played this season, yeah. I lean over, so my model likes each. I lean over more the rebounds. Getting a little sinus infection or something. I lean over the rebounds for Scotty more than the PRs, but what's his volume been the last 4 games? Field goal attempts, 15. I love the volume in the last 2. Even going 7 for 17, I really like the volume. This is what I want to see. I want to see 15-plus field goal attempts. Yeah, you really want to see 15-plus field goal attempts. Now, the good news is they're not good at all in transition, which is a big help. You also do like to see his usage is up the last 3 games at 25%. You really like to see that. That might be your favorite kind of indicator here. What do I make his usage percentage? 24. You really want to be at 24 or better. Scotty Barnes is very interesting to his PRs. I definitely lean over. I do think if we bet this, we close well, which is what you want to do. In my betting career, I know I personally have had much better luck backing Scotty's rebounds specifically. Let me give you my numbers on each. Scotty Barnes, 21 points, 21.3. So I do usually look for 2 there, but it's good. Rebounds, I'm at 8.4, so I just wanted a better number than the current pricing. Damn, Chalk. I'm putting this down on the list, and we're going to come back at the end of stream. I cannot talk you off of it. Scotty, PRs. Actually, let me just check the PRAs. I think I like the assists as well. No, I'm actually assists under, so good call with the PRs. Yeah, bro, I might not run it, but I think it's a good read. If you get the 24-plus usage percentage, I think you're cruising. And I don't see a reason why you don't. So let's go to Ingram now. Yeah, I saw that Klingen hasn't played in 5 days. No Klingen, and I will say I love it. No Klingen, and it's an auto bet. That's a great point. No Klingen, and it's an auto bet. Even if it bumps a point low-key, like 28.5, I'm still running that no Klingen. Okay, we had a request on BI. think his volume was really good. Okay, last game was only 11. The 3 prior were out the roof, though. What do I project his field goal attempts at? That's going to help me a lot. 18.5, which that's after that last dud. Let's go 16 plus field goal attempts. Let's go 18 plus. Even that doesn't look great. What I will say, John, yes, builder 20 ball, I love it. Builder 20 ball, I love it. Straight, not so much. I actually have wrote down on my list here as well. If Ingram's RAs bump, we're running the under RAs. You see, everyone's at 9.5 right now, juiced to the under. That's not quite enough for me. But if this does move to 10.5, the RA 9.5 is juiced over. If it bumps and goes 10.5 juice to the under, I will run it. So I do have my eye on the Brandon Ingram under 10.5 RAs. Just got to wait and see if we get it, man. Just got to wait and see if we get it. I think this is a really, really good line and probably value on the alt line. I think this is another good builder piece. 15 plus or even DraftKings 18 plus. That 18.5, man, I would be afraid to run it. I do make it 20.44. I would just want to be at 18 plus. I think I like it better in a build. I think I like Jeremy Grant better in a build, but the model does lean over for points. Let's go through RAs. They do lean over RAs as well, but my fear is that being a little bit affected by Klingon coming back. So for the most part, Jeremy Grant over points is the strongest I would lean for him. BI we spoke on. So I like Denny's points over too. I think the Pelicans play pretty okay versus pick and roll. Pretty okay. They're also third from above the break. They're a funny team where they allow a bunch of catch and shoot, but they don't allow any off the dribble. But Denny can definitely triple-double. First, let's talk about the double-double because he can get there in 2 ways. So I've got Toronto 7th in assists allowed and 12th in rebounding allowed. I think both are worth a sprinkle. We spoke at the beginning of stream about a double-double lay possibly. I almost won a quarter unit on the Denny triple-double myself. I really do. I like it. I like it. I like Denny triple-double in a lay, or not in a lay as a sprinkle, like a 0.1. A 0.1 at Hard Rock pays you 1.2. I like Denny triple-double. Obviously it's a super long shot, but without Drew Holiday, decent pace, it has legs. It has legs. We didn't talk about quickly at all. Over in each of his last 2. Like I said, 8th from above the break, but 23rd versus pick and roll ball handling. I have great news for me. My model is right with market on PRs. Now it does like assists over. And again, this is something where I want that 5.5, but it's a little too juiced right now. But if you see, we've got a lot of books juiced super juiced to the under on that 6.5. If I get a quickly 5.5 assists, I'll run it. Oh, actually, I already have that wrote down. That's all right. So in this game, I have Denny over 6.5 assists wrote down. So whoever requested Denny, I do think there's some leg there. I have him over 6.5. I also have wrote down lean over PRAs. Novig has a good price on Denny, but other than that, like all the assists are super juiced. So I do lean over here, but it's more of a lay piece at this point. Do lean over Denny 6.5 assists. Quickly assists I spoke on. Klingon double-double I spoke on. All leans. Someone asked me about Brandon Ingram. I like that RA's under. I just want 10.5. That's in the next game. That's in the Memphis game. That's in Brandon Ingram we already talked about. Okay. Any other requests in this game? If not, I'm going to move on into the Memphis versus San Antonio game. Any other requests? Going once, going twice. So let's move on to Memphis versus San Antonio. Also, let's see what this notification is. Could be Underdog NBA. No, Underdog NFL is all I got. Quentin Grimes, last notification. Okay, sounds good. So I do have a thought here. Luke Cornett under his rebounds, going up versus Edey. I know it's juicy. You could maybe run like a PRA or a PR, but his rebounds at 7.5. Rebounds at 7.5 versus Edey. Got my name on him. Everyone's now basically like 6.5. I don't like the 6.5 as much. He did play Memphis once this year, and he had 0 points. I mean, come on. No, I am sorry. For Brandon Ingram, I like the under 10.5 if it goes there. It's currently 9.5. If it goes 10.5, I like the RA under for Brandon Ingram. Under. My apologies. I may have said the wrong thing. Christian, appreciate you tapping in, dog. Just got in here. Do you like total over points? Slam the 10.5. I don't hate it, and I think you get a you get a boost if Klingon does not go, which is possible. I just got to figure out what I'm doing with Luke Cornett here. Under 14.5, 110 at Rivers. I do like this. I do like this. Yeah, I think I should just go to PRs. There's really no difference in like what's being offered. PRAs. Couple books not open yet. I'm going to come back and play this at the end of stream. Just see if I can get a couple more books to open on the PRA under. Luke Cornett under will be ran though. Or if a couple more books will go to 7.5 rebounds, I'll just run the boards. I like Jaren Jackson Jr.'s under as well. I I make it Memphis. 19.19 points, 19.19. 18 in the matchup versus San Antonio earlier, and I think Wemby would have been out. Yeah, Wemby was out in that game. Ja was out in that game. He still played 33 minutes. I don't know what I'm missing here. Yeah, I think I'm going to run this under. I don't think Jock Landale is moving my projections by 3. I just really don't. Yeah, I don't. All right, I'm going to run this. Bet Rivers. 22.5, 122. If you don't have Bet Rivers, go to FanDuel and run it there. NBA. Worry about the promos later. Grizzlies. Points. Jaren Jackson Jr. under 22.5, minus 122. What? Need help getting my location, brother. I'm in the middle of Maryland. All right, now we're good. Got that in there. Almost just put way too much on it, but we did not. Bop, bop. And let me get that out into the Discord as well. FanDuel is at 22.5 as well. Keldon Johnson's points, we will look into it. I got to go back, update that with the projections and whatnot, but we'll do that after stream. Keldon Johnson's points. Let's stop at Fox first so I don't miss it. 24.5 is the line. He had 26 in the last matchup versus Memphis. He had 8 3-point attempts. Good to see. 20 field goal attempts. Good to see. Field goal attempts have been a little sporadic. You would love to see just like a consistent over 18. Instead, you got, let's go all games without Wemby. And then only this season. 2020, 16, 11, 25, 19, 15. I do like that volume. Pretty consistent volume. Spurs, 5.5-point favorites at home. What do I make his? I'm at 26.58, so I do like the points. 6.58 on the assists. No edge. Rebounds, 3.42, probably nothing. Nothing. I think I'm running De'Aaron Fox over his points. $26 in the last matchup. He's been real tight around 25, 26 this season. Intrigued with the volume. Is it going to go 23.5 if I wait? So Profit X is 0-1 to the over. It's still early, so liquidity is not super tight. Novig's 24.5, 0-6 to the over. FanDuel's juiced to the over, which is the right way to be, but is anyone going to drop to 23.5? Is this one of those times where if we're patient, we get a better number, or we should just attack it right now? I don't think it'll go down. I'm really doing myself a disservice if I go eat up all this Profit X liquidity because I would like it to drop. But who's to say someone else doesn't just go take it? It's $100. I want to run this over right now. Let me go look at Keldon Johnson's over, make sure I don't like it more. We'll come back and see if Fox's lines moved. But De'Aaron Fox over his points, most likely a bet today. Harrison Barnes. $23 in the last matchup versus Memphis. He had 8 3-point attempts. That's why we're getting the line we're getting. No opinions. Looking through the model, no opinions. Keldon Johnson, 12.5 points line. What were his minutes last game? 26 minutes, so that's pretty strong. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, unlikely to practice Tuesday. Chef, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Let's make some money. Keldon Johnson, let's go without Castle. So Dylan Harper is back, and the Spurs guard rotation is like, and it's, you can't go, I mean, you can put Harrison Barnes on Jaren Jackson Jr. at the end of the day because he doesn't try to big body you. So you go Fox, Vassell. Let's just go, who do I have as the starters today? Fox, Vassell, Champagnie, Barnes, and Cornette. How many minutes did Harper play? All right. His ceiling probably is in the low 20s, his ceiling. So how does that affect Keldon Johnson's minutes? Keldon Johnson feels like the right side, but the only thing that worries me is that guard rotation being like completely healthy now. So I don't know if I'm going to bet anything on any of the guards other than, pardon me, De'Aaron Fox. Vassell's minutes seem to be not nearly as impacted. That's interesting. Number 5 versus spot up. Yeah, I don't want anything to do. Tapping in on the YouTube today, trying to show the most love. Legs go. Let's go, my boy. Yes, sir. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Huge day yesterday. Let's run it back with a good day today. Let's run it back with a good day today. No opinions on Vassell. I'll give you my model number. Model says over Yeah, my model says over, especially these like even monies. My model does lean over. I'm just a little worried about, first of all, they're a good spot up team. Second of all, as I mentioned, that guard rotation. I think Fox is the one who shouldn't lose any minutes. They brought him here, gave him a bag. He should be pretty set in his ways. Lean over Jalen Wells. Nothing official, but I do lean over Jalen Wells. Let's go back to Fox here. See if this line's moving at all. It's not. I think I just run the over now. Quit waiting around. 113 at DK. Yeah, that 113. Caesars is also one. Oh, no. MGM is 110. We've got 110s, 115s, 113s. I think I just run De'Aaron Fox. 25 plus. De'Aaron Fox, 25 plus. Going once, going twice. I think I'm sold. DraftKings. Barnes PR. I had a feeling that line would climb. Also kind of makes me feel like Klingen's not going, which is a good sign. I said they're very good, but what about versus spot up? But yeah, no, not at that price. Yep, no, points it is. Got it. Got it. All right, moving on from De'Aaron Fox. Moving on from this game. Probably, oh no, this game's going to be quick. And then the next game should be the best game on the slate. Minnesota versus the Pelicans. Pelicans are 10.5-point dogs on the road. Minnesota coming off of a day rest. Pelicans coming off of a day's rest. Let me just quickly scroll through the model here. Julius Randle, lean over points, lean over rebound, like a Julius Randle PRAs. Anthony Edwards, under points, slightly under RAs, more under points for Anthony Edwards. Rudy Gobert, PR overs, although not huge. Dante DiVincenzo, points over, threes over. I don't like it that because of the blowout. So the things I want to look at on the Minnesota side of the ball are going to be Julius Randle's overs everything, and then Anthony Edwards under his points. On the Pelican side of the ball, Zion PR unders is definitely going to be a look, especially with blowout road all over it. Zion PRAs even can be an under. Trey Murphy, no opinion. Sadiq Bey over his points. Derek Queen. They be messing with my guy's minutes, but I do lean over his assists and under his PRs, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah, we got some stuff to talk about in this one. Let's start with Randle. Well, fuck it. Derek Queen's the first one that came up. So PR unders would make sense in this matchup, right? I mean, low-key, Rudy could struggle with him, dog. Bey, I know I liked his points. Yeah, I like his rebounds over as well. I like Bey PRA over. Yeah, I like Bey PRA over. We'll get into it more. I'm not saying I'm betting it, but the model likes the over. Look, Rudy could have a little bit of Oh, struggle with Derek Queen here. Maybe he gets some extra usage without Trey Murphy. Yeah, 26% usage. We'll see. If Trey goes, Derek Queen unders might be a look, but I'm not rushing to bet that. Not rushing to bet that at all. Zion, what did I say? Was it PRA under? Points under, rebounds under, assists under, yes. One second here. I'm seeing 27.5, 34.5 at Bet Rivers. Everyone else looks to be 33.5, but let me get a better idea on that. Yeah. Maybe we do just run his points under. Model likes everything under, so. Might go Zion under 27.5 PAs. Very well might go Zion under 27.5 PAs. Sadiq Bey without Poole. Yeah, I know them threes are going to be crazy. Dante and Ant 3-point attempts. I can tell you what I make them. Got a discount on Brunson. What would I pair it with? Depending on your book's line, JB's over. JB's over 26.5. That'd be my pair. I'm staying off Zion. Just lean under PRAs. He's got decent head-to-head data. And then Julius Randle's going to draw a difficult matchup today. I lean over his points. I don't like that as much as maybe like his RAs. Yeah, lean over Julius Randle. Basically everything but rebounds the strongest. Trey Murphy is questionable. Sadiq Bey without Jordan Poole. You can see his minutes are now, like, we want to look at these 28-plus games. Although this is a blowout. This definitely got blowout potential in it. Allowing the fewest spot ups per game. Queta, injury management, available to play. Derek White, available to play. All right. I still like our Brown over. I just would have liked it even more without Derek White. I still think it's going to stay around 26.5, though. Sadiq Bey, I lean over points, but if you want to talk about the worst matchup possible, this is literally the worst matchup possible versus the number one team versus spot up, top 5 from above the break. Just a tough spot for Sadiq Bey. I want to talk about Anthony Edwards, and it's only because it's a blowout. He's under this line in 3 of his last 6 blowouts. In both of his last 2 games versus the Pelicans when they beat him by 10 or more. I mean, what's the line? Like 13, 14, 15? Oh. 10.5. I really think that it's going to be more than that. Rested at home. And I hate bet. Okay, so first of all, I'm not just betting it because of the blowout. I'm betting it because my model likes the under. That being said, if I bet this, I'm definitely cheering for a blowout because I think versus the play types he's dominant in, they're fucking awful. And Props.Cash, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. If y'all aren't already, make sure you're following him, using him, code PP25. Profit Props 25 for 25% off of your first month using Props.Cash. See, this is the type of shit I like to do too. So, like, his field goal attempt average is about 20. I think he's going to be there or slightly below there tonight because I think he's going to have reduced minutes as well. So you see in a lot of these games, he's still at 36, 38 minutes. And I hate that I'm baking in a blowout. And my model likes it regardless. But for me to like it, I've got to bake in the blowout. So I think that'll keep me off of it to just keep it 100%. Yeah, also, you want to talk about like a negative correlation slip. I like his threes over and his points under, which makes sense. They're terrible from above the break. But, you know, then you're just praying for him to get 4 early threes and not finish the game. So that's that. Those are my Anthony Edwards thoughts. Like the under points over threes, not going to run anything because I don't want to sit around, pray for a blowout. We might need to wait just a second because there was some news, although it was they're in when I think they were baked in. So it shouldn't do much to us. Let's see. Let me open up here. All right, no, the lines look like they're open, so we're good to attack this game. I've already got a few plays in this game, so let's just touch on them. First is Brunson under 6.5 assists. So you can see he's gone under in that was this season. He had 5 versus them in the matchup earlier this season. Also, the Knicks are 6th, maybe. Not the Knicks, Boston. Yeah, 6th in assists allowed per game this season. I think we're going to see more of a scoring role out of Jalen Brunson tonight, which is actually going to lead me right into my next play, which is Karl Anthony Towns, under 35.5 points and rebounds. This line actually looks like it's moved considerably since this morning, but let me check that. Oh, wow. I played 35, right? No, I played 34.5. My apologies. That makes a lot more sense because this line is going to 33.5. I thought I got a 35.5. 33. I played 34.5 under minus 122 at FanDuel, and it is currently minus 125. So still available there. MGM's also at the same price. Other books are bumping down to that 33.5 number. So I would get to that sooner rather than later. Reasons I took this, 1 second. Boston Celtics are number 2 versus pick and 2 rollmen this season. They're also just 14th versus the catch and shoot. They're also 9th versus spot up. They're allowing the second fewest points per game this season. Towns did go crazy in that first game, though. I will give you that. 26 and 13. I do expect a little bit less out of him today. So he had 39. Yeah, I'm expecting less out of him today and more out of Jalen Brunson. Not a great defensive matchup for Towns in this one. Just more so scheme than anything. It's not like the individual matchup is going to be difficult, but the scheme, I don't think the way Towns does go over. Exactly. The way Towns does go over is if it's trail man threes, because Boston will leak trailer threes. That would be the only thing that would worry me here about Karl Anthony Towns. That's how this bet loses. And if I come on here tonight and say he hit 4 of them, I'll be sick to my stomach, but I'll live with the results. Yeah, so JB, this line doesn't really look like it's moved, and this is not the right line. I played 26.5 this morning, moved to 27. Oh, actually, there's still a couple 26.5s out there. I do still think this is playable at 27.5. I make the number about 30 even with Derek White. He had 30. With Derek White, he had 29, 30. Oh, no, that's right. He had 23 in the last matchup. I'm mistaken. And he had 18 field goal attempts in that game, which is something that I'm really keying in on here. You can see in his last 10 games, he averaged 23.1 field goal attempts per game. As I said, he had 18 in that last matchup versus the Celtics. And I actually modeled his field goal attempts around 23 myself, which honestly I think is one of the things that I do better than sportsbooks is modeling the volume and then extrapolating from there. So in games of 18 plus, he's averaging, we can see here, 31.4 points per game this season. I'm slightly under that. I'm at about 30.3. But absolutely love this spot for JB. I think the volume's going to be there. Derek White's available with or without Derek White, though. I would be comfortable backing that spot for Jaylen Brown. And that's why I ran it this morning. I was comfortable either way. Okay, the rest of this game we can talk about. I don't have anything so far in the rest of it. I would assume Pritchard's line is gone down maybe slightly from that 17.5. He had 8 in the first matchup this season. He played 35.9 minutes. With JB and Derek White, I would think this line's gone down slightly. Oh, yeah, not really, but it looks like it's trending that way. Minus 130 now at FanDuel, which looks like, oh, yeah, I just refreshed. I know he's coming off a 40 piece, but now you've got Derek White back. Struggled in the first game. Peyton Pritchard under. Let's actually see what his assists and rebounds. Lean under assists over rebounds. He did have 6 assists in the first matchup versus them this season. Potentials were 13. That's nice. They've been a lot shorter the last couple weeks, though. Is Brunson 32 PRA solid? Yeah, I make it 36.4. I make it 36.4. So even though I bet his assists under, 32 is still definitely a good bet. If it's a discounted price, yeah, 32. I make it 36. Nothing official on Pritchard, but I do lean under PAs. Brunson, we bet his assists under, but I do lean over his points. Between you and I've got a full write-up like ready to shoot. I'm just praying that this number goes 26.5 because that's really what I need with my model edge to think it's actionable. I make it 28.11. So I really want this number to go 26.5, just like Jaylen Brown. If we get a Brunson 26.5, though, mark my words, I will bet it. That's just where I need to be to find value. 2 other things that I thought were interesting is the Simons points and threes. Derek White is back. I was kind of waiting to see if Derek White win or not. With Derek White, I'd probably stay off. Yeah, with Derek White, I'd probably stay off, but Anthony Simons points over was a lean of mine this morning, coming off 18. He's been very hit or miss this season, though, so it's hard to spot his volume, but in high volume spots, he should be smashing lines like that. Last play in this game I looked at this morning I wanted to spend some time on was Josh Hart over his RAs. Low-key, the model likes his points, too, so maybe we talk about his PRAs. And I did allude to this earlier as well. Hold on one second. Okay, that's just a confirmation. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's talk about Josh Hart over everything, Loki. Only played 19 minutes in the first matchup. He had 14 rebounds in that game versus Boston in 19 minutes. Man, I like his double-double price. And I alluded to this earlier in stream. It was Klingon, Hart, and Drummond, but I also don't like running 4 legs, especially on something that's a lotto. But Hart, Drummond, Klingon, 3-leg double parlay. I like that. I probably post that on the timeline today. Klingon, Hart, and Q from Quincy. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate all the likes, all the retweets from all of y'all. Quincy, everything I played is down in the banner. No, matter of fact, I think I owe y'all one. I do owe y'all one. De'Aaron Fox. I do owe y'all one, De'Aaron Fox. Cool. All right, moving on. Yeah, I'm probably running that double lay though, as an official play later today. Sam Hauser, PRAs. Let me look into this a little bit more. I don't know about PRAs, but points maybe. I don't know about his PRAs, but maybe his points. Boston. Sam Hauser. Nine and a half points. On 23 minutes. Is 23 minutes reasonable? 9.5 points. Is 23 minutes reasonable? With Derek White on the season, he averages 21.6. In his last 10, he's averaging 21.4. Damn, I don't know. It's kind of like you got to have a good read on his minutes, and I don't. But if he's playing over 20, I like his points over 7.5. I make his points 9. Mikal Bridges, let's talk about it. I lean over points, but not by a lot. 15.16. So I lean over Mikal Bridges' points, but not by a lot. I do believe that's going to call it for this game. Let's move on to OKC versus Golden State. Now, this one is ugly too. 11-point spread. Golden State is at home, but no Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green are both questionable. I think I might have saw probable tags on them. Let me circle back. Trying to rob FanDuel. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the retweet. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. L, appreciate you tapping in as well. And then Lat, what's good, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. Huge day yesterday. 8-3 in the NBA, 1-0 in the NFL. Let's keep it rolling. What's good, bro? What's good, bro? What am I looking for here, y'all? NBA underdog. I hit the wrong shit. NBA underdog. Expected to play out of Jimmy, probable out of Dre. I got something. I can't even tell y'all yet because it's not open yet. Oh, there's yeah, okay, hold on. FanDuel's open on something. John, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets. Klingon is questionable. If you see something, let me know. But last I saw was questionable. I just ran Klingon. I just ran Jonathan Kuminga's under. Steve Kerr hates him. Steve Kerr hates him. I think everybody on that team hates him. Yeah, that was easy money. Jonathan Kuminga under his PRs. He's not playing more than 30 minutes. If everyone on the roster died today, Steve Kerr would not let him play more than 30 minutes. Can we get Aaron projections? Aaron Wiggins. Nope, that's not. Yeah, Aaron Wiggins. I was going to say. Thought maybe he wasn't playing today. Aaron Wiggins projections. Points 10.43, right with market. Threes 1.64, slightly over. Rebounds 2.5, slightly under. Assists 3.16, really strong to the over. This is Tobias Harris 2.0. We get it, we bet it, we don't ask questions. We wait for this to get posted and we bet Aaron Wiggins assists over. We wait for it to get posted and we bet Aaron Wiggins assists over. Zion Williamson downgraded to questionable. So if I'd have bet the under, wouldn't have mattered. Zion downgraded. So that game going to get mad ugly. Let's go run Anthony Edwards a points under. Because a lot of books will be slow to close the opponents. And this one's going to lead to massive blowouts. That line's like 11 going 13, 14. Especially if Trey doesn't go. I will say at minimum, Messi downgraded to questionable. Nobody's playing. Just ran the under 29.5 at Rivers. DK's also there. FanDuel's closed at the moment, but should be opening soon. Yeah, DK's still there at 123. For some reason, I guess they still have Zion because he's questionable or doubtful, not out. But and Trey Murphy is available to play, and Zion downgraded to questionable. I'm comfortable having this because I liked it either way, but really like it if he doesn't go. I know it's not a sexy play, and I know I hate kind of banking on a blowout, but I projected at 27 regardless. So, yeah, still find value. That line's going 12.5. Minus 123 at DK, 125 at Caesars, 122 at Rivers. I think we see it stay around that price. All right, back to this game. Let's talk about Chet. Points over, but it's a blowout. Rebounds under. Draymond is expected to go. I think Ket kind of killed him in the last one, though, on the boards. I could be wrong. I'm not going to say that for sure, but yeah, he had 11 in 24 minutes. He played sub 30 minutes in every single one of those games. He just happened to go over his rebounds in twice. In like 25 minutes. There is no Hardenstein, which is important to remember, but I mean, massive blowout rode all over this. I could see Chet's. What do I make it? 7 something? 8. 7.98. So I make it 8. I think I got to run the under, though. Model projections like it. Game should be a blowout. They are 12-point favorites. They are on the road. They're a day rested. Warriors are coming off a 2 days rest. Chet rebounds under. Cabano, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, brother. Huge day yesterday. So let's try to keep that pace up. I do owe y'all one in here. What do I think about Chet's points? I said over. So I don't want to run anything PR related. Didn't do it versus the Pelicans, who allow a bunch of rebounds. Phoenix, Utah, who's super depleted. I'm running it. Got it. We add that to the banner now. A lot of unders today, which I like. The books want you betting on overs. They set the lines in the assumption that the rec demand is going to bet the overs, and then they let sharps bet the unders, and when the sharps don't want it, they've found their line. I love Shea to get like 30 tonight. Minus 128. First matchup, he had 11 assists and 28 points. That might be a season high on his assists. Definitely is high over the last 10. Second most he's had in a game this season. I make it 6.33, so I lean over that 5.5, but it's really just too juicy. His points, I make 32.71, so I do lean over his points. 3-pointers made for Shea. I'm coming at 173, so slight lean over there. Nothing for Shea. Big reason is I do think this one's going to be uncompetitive in the fourth. We could see another sub 30-minute game. He probably still floats around 30 points, but I'm afraid to take anything higher than that. How do you like Isaiah Joe? $13, 2.5, and 1. But we'll look with J-Dub back. Oh, yeah, he won't be here because he's back. Thank you. He's over in back-to-back, but just 14 minutes in the Portland game. I don't like his minutes distribution. Yeah, that last win versus Portland even, just 27 or just 24 minutes. Although if we can stay in the mid-20s, I do like it. I do lean over. As I said, I'm at 13. He looks like his minutes have been all right. Minutes have been all right. Lean over his points. Rebounds, I'm at about 3. Okay, I do lean over here slightly, and there I would actually lean slightly over. Isaiah Joe, I couldn't talk you off of a PR over. Couldn't talk you off of a PR over. You're banking on the minutes there, but banking on the blowout for the minutes, but I couldn't talk you off the PR. Not so much of a fan of the PRA. Zion news, anything, Bay double-double. I talked about how it's a really difficult matchup for Bay because, look at me. They're first from above the break in scoring. I want to say they're fourth first spot up. Hold on, let me go to my model. Circle back to New Orleans. 3-point allowed, 6th. Catch and shoot, 1st. Yeah, and I think they're top 4, maybe from above the break. Let me go over here and check that. Yeah, exactly 4th. Tough spot for Bay's points. Better spot for Bay's rebounds, but I mean Minnesota's no slouch. For a lotto look, yeah. You know, if you're getting plus 750, yeah, I do think it's worth a sprinkle. It's a decent look, to be honest. I like where, you know, how you put it together. No Zion, boards are going to go up. Difficult matchup, though. I think he can squeak by with the 10 or so points. I just don't trust the 15.5 on the points. Rebounds, looks good without Zion, dog. Yeah, I'm not mad at any Sadiq Bey double-double looks. Not bad at any Sadiq Bey double-double looks. I guess we can finish OKC here. I don't know if I'll have anything else in this game. Kind of a blowout. I got the Kuminga under, the Chet under. Lean under Draymond PRAs, honestly. Worried he could get a couple like open catch and shoot opportunities. Lean under Draymond PRA. Nothing official there, though. Jimmy's getting an even harder matchup today with J-Dub, so I don't like the Jimmy stuff here either. What's this, like, third game back? Yeah. 34 minutes last game, though. Lean over his assists. I mean, this was even a line he was cashing pretty frequently to end last season. So, yeah, lean over J-Dub assists. I know this is a bit out of the box, but can we look into Quentin Post points? Look at him without Curry and Horford in the lineup. Quentin Post. I have him in my starting lineups for today. So, yeah, Post feels... I make it 9.66, so there is value to the over. I make it 9.66. You got 8.5 at plus money. I mean, there's even 7.5s out here. They haven't lost a game by more than 10 this season. Wouldn't have guessed that. Warriors have not been dog walked, or if so, not when Post has played. All right. Do you love the 7.5 for Post? Yeah, that line is crazy to me, to be honest with you. That line is crazy to me, to be honest with you. Couple books at that 7.5 number. I couldn't talk you guys off of it. I think the minutes are strong. Like I said, I'm at 9.5. He could knock down a 3 or 2 as well. You know, it's not his specialty, but I think, you know, a night like tonight, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they struggle versus catch and shoot. I mean, yeah, it's a good spot for Post. Not a spot I'm normally attacking, but it's a good spot for Post. I definitely lean over, John. Definitely lean over. Definitely lean over. And it does feel like a player you can kind of attack even if they do get blown out. Okay, so Post has just missed the games. They have 4 losses. 4 games where they lost by 10 plus. Now, here's the stats I was looking for. I don't know why Props.Cash wasn't pulling that a minute ago. All right, on 11-19, 26 minutes. Oh, and this is the OKC game. 11-11. 16 minutes. I'm staying off of Post. I don't love his minutes distribution here, but I do project over. Anything else? Let's go requests now because I'm good on this game. Let's open the floor back up to any requests. Also, think there were some things I wanted to go back and look at. Brandon Ingram was one of them. Still no 10.5 on his RAs. I'll keep an eye out. If that line goes, I'm playing it. Jaylen Brown, nope, already bet him. Brunson was another one. If we get 26.5, which everyone's still 27.5 juice to the under. If you see Jalen Brunson bump down one, I'm jumping on it. Already played that. I wanted to go back and check Luke Cornett. Just go to 15, FanDuel. 128 to the over on 14.5. Just give me 15.5, 128 to the under, and I'll play it. I'm still looking for that Luke Cornett. What's his rebounds by itself? Has it moved at all? No, it's still that bullshit 6.5 juiced. Still looking for a Luke Cornett PR under. Still looking for a Luke Cornett PR under. Scotty Barnes PR over. Wanted to circle back for that one. Okay, so this one did climb up a little bit. Now it's back down to 72.5 minus 122 to the over. Quickly under his threes. No, I make it 2.77, so I don't have anything for Emmanuel Quickly's threes. Just right with market, to be honest with you. Just right with market, to be honest with you. You go back through the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Naz Reid. Okay, I definitely should look at Naz Reid. Okay, yeah, that looks like about it. So let's go check out Naz. Kind of do like Naz Reid over 12.5 points. Looks like this line's mostly bumped 13.5. Still, if you have a slow mover, I still like the 12.5 here for Naz Reid. If this line does drop down to 12.5 painted, I'll bet it. But at the current price, no. Need about another point there. All right, so I'm waiting on some Brunson news. Hold on. Quickly's assist. Let's see if that moved at all. And then I do have a meeting in 30 minutes I should prepare for. No, it's just continue to go up. We're not going to get the 5.5. Okay. VJ Edgecombe RAs. Model first. 76ers. VJ. Rebounds. So with market. Assists under. RAs look good, but I'm really close to market with his rebounds. So, that's what I'll tell you. Lean under assists, very little. Rebounds right with market, but I wouldn't bet it. I mean, his RA numbers look great. Even with PG, they look fine, and that game was a blowout. So I wouldn't talk you off of it. But I don't have model support on it. Again, though, I wouldn't talk you off of it. Looks green. Looks green as fuck. So I'm definitely not fading it. Cool. That's just another reminder. All right. Yeah, I'm going to recap real quick. If you guys have anything else, put it in the chat now. I'm happy to go back and go through anything, and if not, let's recap here real quick and get back to business tomorrow. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bets on a 6-game slate. Jalen Brunson under 6.5 assists. Karl Anthony Towns under 35.5. No, that's a 34.5. That is a 34.5. My apologies. I think we played his 35.5 a game or two ago, and that's why I kept saying that. All right, anyway, Jalen Brunson under 6.5 assists. Karl Anthony Towns under 34.5 PRs. Jaylen Brown over 26.5 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. under 22.5 points. De'Aaron Fox over 24.5 points. Jonathan Kuminga under 17.5 PRs. And Chet Holmgren under 9.5 rebounds. That's all I have for today. If I do add anything, I'll throw it on the timeline. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Likes and retweets are free, man. If you haven't already, drop a like, drop a retweet. Help me grow the brand. Help me grow the page. Oh, shit. You're right. I ran Ant under. I forgot to put that in the banner. I did run Ant under. I ran Ant under 29.5. Big reason is my model makes it 27.5, but I also think this game is heading towards a blowout. Let's see if that line's still available. Yes, very much still available. 29.5 everywhere but Bet Rivers. That will be my last play. Appreciate that for reminding me there. We did bet Ant under his points. Big reason. Model support. I also think that game's heading towards a blowout. All right, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I've got some interesting news coming tomorrow too. So those of you that be regularly liking and retweeting my shit, I got something nice coming for y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's go.